We're recording there. Good there. All right. Good morning, boys.
Good morning.
A little bit of a delay, but it's all right. Uh, so right off the bat, congratulations on winning the 3A. The,
Yeah,
yeah, winning the 3A Arizona State Championship uh, for boys basketball.
thank
No,
you.
it's really cool. You guys get to be the uncles that can finish their story. You know how you said that always have that uncle who's like, we would have won if this would have happened. So you guys actually get to finish your story. But so right off the bat, introduce yourselves. Tell me about yourself. I know Joel, you used to go to Hillel Shanto. I had the privilege of coaching you for a little bit, and then Dante, not so much coaching, but kind of mentoring on the side, just small pits here and there. But for those that don't know who you guys are, um, let me hear, who you guys are.
All
Uh,
right. I'm Joel. I'm a senior, and yeah. Uh, I'll introduce myself in Navajo. She'e Dante Dugayen She, Torich Eating She, Glulis Planet Bashichin, Lugad and Dashiche, Touching in Dashanella, and I'm a senior at Page High School.
Sweet. Uh, that's cool. I'm your Che. Yep. So talk to me about the championship game. Well, actually, no. When you guys entered the tournament, did they tell you guys things would be different this year? Like, what were some of the regulations you guys had to follow as far as COVID protocols for the regular season?
Well, let's see. During the regular season, we had to wear masks during the games, and it was pretty hard to breathe throughout the game.
Oh,
But then during the playoffs, we heard that we were able to play without our mask, and it made lot of things easier just with the breathing.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
So you guys had to wear masks like
Ye-
while you were playing?
Yeah.
Huh. That's uh, I have my words about that, but it just sounds so unnecessary. Yeah, this is like basketball is probably the one of the closest contact sports as far as, touching another player. But I don't know. Yeah. And then what about the postseason? How did when you guys entered the postseason, you guys were seeded at number five?
Yeah.
That's cool. Out of how many teams?
16.
16.
Yeah, we were originally seated at number 8, but overnight some teams lost, so
Uh-huh.
we actually jumped 3 spots to get
Oh,
to the number 5 seed.
sweet.
Yeah,
That's cool. And then who's first round?
Camp Verde.
Camp Verde.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, how was that? What was the score? And do you remember?
No,
No.
it
Was
was
it?
a close one though.
It was close.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
it was like our third time meeting up with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did you guys do in the regular season? Did you guys split or 2-0?
We went 2-0, but first game was pretty close. Went into 2 overtimes.
Really?
Yeah,
Ah.
out in Camp Verde. It was crazy. Second game we just blew them out. It was senior night, so
Oh.
yeah, we had to leave with the whipped cream and everything.
That's cool. That was first round. And so you said it was a close game, right?
Yeah.
What about second round? Who do you guys play next?
Uh, Coolidge? Yeah, it was Yeah, Coolidge.
Coolidge. How was that game?
Uh, it was a pretty interesting game. It was a lot of back and forth, really, but in the end, we just got the dub. Yeah.
Cool. So I think when I played, we only made it as far as I think the second or third round, one of them. But just that feeling of winning that first round. When you win, it's kind of like a sense of relief, and then a kind of idea. For me, it was this kind of idea like, holy crap, we're actually here. And winning that first game in the first round it's how do you explain like the emotions? It's kind of surreal. What were you guys feeling after your first win in the first round?
Um, I was feeling like a bit of happiness,
Hmm.
but at the same time, I was telling myself like I can't be getting too happy because like the first round is just another step to my goal.
Uh,
So yeah, I I've actually only made it to the second round too.
yeah.
This year's actually like the year like I went beyond the second round.
Of you, Joel, how's that first round win?
The first round was pretty amazing. Uh, for me, it's my first year playing on varsity,
Hmm.
so it was like a crazy feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like once we won, I knew we had to do a lot more work to keep going to reach our goal.
yeah. It's entering that postseason. It's like a whole different atmosphere, a whole different feeling, and it's amazing. So what about after round two? After that second win, what were you guys feeling? Because I think back in my day, that second round win, it was like kind of like because I don't remember where we were seated, but we played against, I think, Williams or something. And that second round win, it was kind of like a statement for us. It was it was kind of the first round was like, holy crap, we're here. And that second round win, it felt like you could actually do something. And so this feeling, we had like a lot of momentum going into the next round. It was just this hype feeling. What were you guys feeling after that second round win?
Uh, I was actually after the second round, I was actually geeking out for a bit.
Yeah,
I was like, oh shit, we're here. We passed the second round. Like I just couldn't believe it for a while.
yeah,
Took me a while to take it in. I just like we just gotta keep going from here. No
yeah.
stopping. Just full pedal on the gas and no brake.
Have you, Joel?
Yeah, the second round against Coolidge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy after. Like we were kind of scared to leave the gym actually.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Uh, was there a
Yeah.
lot of like tension in the atmosphere or
Yeah, there's like a lot of tension after the game.
really?
Yeah,
There's
like
like these
the
there's African Americans, huh?
yeah, they were just standing by the door we come from to our locker room.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so after we won the game, our coach is just like, just stay here, wait till they leave, then you can go.
Wow. And so, oh, okay. So like with the game itself, was it pretty intense?
Yeah,
A
it
lot of
was.
contact.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
lot of contact.
All right, damn. I love that. I like I like when like the refs let him play.
Yeah,
When you just wanna. And for me, I've always enjoyed the contact. I like when the refs just kind of
let you play.
yeah let you play. So third round, was that Gilbert Christian?
yes, that was.
Yes.
No, so that was the game that I watched. And for me, um, when I watched that game, like it's the first game I went to, over the last 2 years, only because of COVID. And walking into the gym for me, it was this sense of normalcy, coming back to the world, standing in line. The line was ridiculous. But when we got to the door, she checked our tickets in, took our temperature. We walked in and walking into the gym, seeing the audience full both sides and seeing kids back on the court again, coaches, mentoring and teaching these young men. It was an amazing feeling just seeing just feeling the atmosphere like I'm not an emotional guy, but like just walking in there, just kind of like at the sense of relief again, a sense of normalcy. And so, my emotions walking and then watching you guys play it. And I was telling Britt, I was like, I want them to win, but like I want to see like a quadruple overtime. Like I want I want like my pandemic's worth of basketball. Like but you guys ended up winning like by a good margin, right? And this is the semifinals. But you guys ended up winning by a good margin, and it was cool to just see you guys play again. What was your emotions going into the semifinals? Going into it, because with Gilbert Christian, they beat the number one team, right?
Yeah,
They were
Valley
seeded at number
8.
8, and they ended up upsetting number 1 Valley Christian.
Christian. Yes.
Yeah, they ended up upsetting number 1 seed Valley Christian. So knowing that they pulled off this ridiculous upset, what were you guys feeling before the game going into playing against them?
Before the game, before or during our practices,
Mm-hmm.
we would just like watch them, see what they're doing good on,
Yeah.
and we were watching, and most of us were scared of their post,
Mm-hmm.
which is on the video. He looked like pretty tall, decent guy,
Yeah.
and we asked Stu, and we were like, "What are you gonna do?" He's like, "I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna let him score. He's kind of scary." So we're like, all right. And then
And he's your center, right?
yes,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, and going before our warm-ups like we usually do,
Mm-hmm.
we were pretty chill. Yeah, we were just like jamming out to music in the locker room, getting loose, staying warm. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Dante?
For me, I've always been like the type of player to not be afraid of anyone when I
Mhm.
step on the court.
Yeah.
I always had to I had the mentality of like I'm the best player on this court.
Uh.
So like I'm just like saying that to myself. But yeah, it's pretty cool just jamming out with the team in the locker room, having fun, messing around. We were relaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of knew we had it in the bag for a bit.
Mhm.
But we just kind of like get over our we kind of we kind of be over cocky.
Yeah.
So we all had that same face on. So when we went out there and first couple of minutes, Stu got like some crazy blocks.
Yeah.
So that's when we're like, oh, let's go, let's roll. So that's when I started going, and I just started hitting my shots and everything. I started getting the team involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I-
pretty good.
I know their center got into some early foul trouble, right? I think
Yeah.
like first quarter, like within the first 2 or 3 minutes, he picked up his 2 fouls right off the bat, so he was benched,
Yeah.
and you could tell he was frustrated. And I don't blame him, you know, like it sucks. Semi-championship game, first quarter, and he picked up 2 fouls and he has to get benched. But did you said you guys watched a lot of pregame footage? Did you guys watch a lot, or did you just kind of poke here and there?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took 2 days into film.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it took we watched film probably over like
We
an hour.
watched Valley Christian play at their home gym. Then we watched their game.
Against Winslow.
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys never played them?
No.
No.
Oh, so that's cool. So, And then did your practices kind of focus a lot on protecting the post, or did your practice really not change?
With Coach Smith, we watch film
Mm-hmm.
and we adjust our defense to their offense.
Mm-hmm.
So they had that pig on the side.
Yeah.
They had that pig on the side. The big dude just roll and he just push you out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
So coach is like, the bottom guy got to get the roller. If you don't get the roller, this dude's gonna blow you over and score.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's like, stop the roll, then double team up top. You do your jobs, then the game should be pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I was watching on the back, just that help side.
Yeah.
You guys' defensive transition. Oh man, it was amazing to watch. It was cool. I've always been one to really pick at defense. You know, I love watching a defense kind of just move like water. It was amazing. So yeah, I can see that help side coming over. With him, I actually enjoyed watching him play. The center from Gilbert.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, his footwork. He was a big, bulky guy, but the dude moved like a ballet dancer. It was crazy. He was really good, really talented. You know, I kind of wish I watched him play more. Yeah, but too bad he picked up those fouls. Anyways, So after you guys beat him, you guys are going to the championship game. Who you guys play? The Snowflake.
Yeah,
Snowflake.
Both the boys and the girls for Snowflake and Paige went to the championship. That's pretty cool. What about going into Snowflake?
Um, Snowflake. We actually lost to Snowflake in the regular season.
Mm,
Lost to them by 6.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, 6. Um, so coming into Snowflake, I kind of had a little bit of nerves because we lost the first one.
yeah,
So Snowflake was more about just getting serious, but then at the same time still have fun,
yeah.
enjoy the moment, take it in. 'Cause, like this only happens once in a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
You're never gonna come back and play high school ball again.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just mainly just having fun, but at the same time just being serious a little.
What about you, Joel? So actually, one thing I didn't ask you guys was when you guys heard that final buzzer go off in the semifinals, and that you guys were going to the championship game. What were you feeling?
So I was feeling a lot of emotions. Uh, to be the first out of my family to actually make it to the championship game
Mm-hmm.
is pretty emotional. It's like all of the early mornings waking up, go running, all of the lifting, just all of the hard work. Just after I heard that last buzz, I was just like, all of this hard work's gonna pay off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Joel?
After the buzzer, I don't even know how to feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm also the first in my family to go to a championship game,
Mm-hmm.
and once that final buzzer sounded, we're going to the championship. Everybody said. First thing I thought of was my family
Yeah.
because of all the tournaments we've been to,
Yeah.
every place they took in us, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's pretty amazing to see like all this hard work finally pay off.
Yeah.
The state championship.
Yeah, it's like after that last buzzer also like I was just like thinking like dang, all these tournaments paying off. Like Joel's family actually took me to a lot.
Yeah.
They they let me travel with them. They sometimes like fed me.
Yeah.
Most of the time they fed me.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sorry.
That's
All the time they fed me. But yeah, it's crazy. It's just appreciating all the people that were there for you.
Mm-hmm. And then going into, so you mentioned how you had this pre-game mindset for Snowflake. What about you, Joel? But going into Snowflake, what were you thinking? What were you feeling?
Going or before the game even started, like probably like when the girls finally won their game,
Mm-hmm.
we were all in the locker room. Everybody was having this nervous feeling. So another one of our posts, Jonah Holiday,
Yeah.
he actually all sat us down and he started talking to us. He's like, "You feel this? We're here.
Mhm.
Just relax. It's just a game, and then we're gonna come up on top."
Mm. Yeah, so Jonah's another one you guys grew up with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of your team and Paige, did you guys all, I think a lot of you guys played together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys all play together, like in those, because I know you guys did AAU, right?
Yeah.
All together. Is that basically the same team that you guys went to the championship with, that you played AAU with?
Yeah.
Or
Just Stewart and Orlando.
those are the other two?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stewart and Orlando's the only other two that didn't play with us.
Oh, okay. Wow. So you guys actually kind of almost grew up together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Almost seems poetic to take the championship, your senior year, and that's your last chance.
Yeah.
But so going into the game, you guys had this feeling, you guys had lost to them. You said you lost by 6, right?
Yeah.
Lost. Wow. It's okay. And then how about you, Dante? What were you feeling when you saw that whistle, or you heard the whistle blow and you saw the ball get thrown in the air for the tip? What was going through your mind?
What was going so when the ball went up, I was just thinking, oh shit, I'm here. Just I was just like reminiscing about how I was a little kid. I was like watching these high school basketball players play, and
Hmm.
my family would take me out to Phoenix for playoffs.
Yeah.
So just all those memories were coming back to me, like me looking outside the hotel room, like just saying like I want to be there one day.
Hmm.
I want to be able to go into that championship game and feel all these feelings.
Yeah.
So all those were just going through my mind, and after the ball went up, I think Snowflake got it, huh?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Snowflake
Snowflake
won that
got
too.
it, and from then I was just like, all right, let's go. It's time.
Yeah. What about you, Joel? Once you heard the whistle blow, it's game time. Like, what were you feeling? Like the championship game.
Before every game starts, I mean like every game for me,
Mm.
I still feel nervous.
Yeah.
The first time I go on the court, I'll make a mistake, but then once I get the ball again, I know like yeah, I got this.
Yeah.
All that nervous feeling is out,
Mm.
and let's go. So yeah.
Yeah. See, I can relate to that. For me, growing up, I wasn't a talented player. For me, I had to work hard. When I was a freshman and I went to Gray Hills, I played ball like in sixth grade, but in Shanto in sixth grade, it's kind of just like they give you guys a ball and you guys kind of run around.
Just have fun.
Yeah, but I ended up getting cut. I ended up getting cut because I fell asleep in class, and my teacher told me all I do is sleep in class. So long story. But it was going into Gray Hills. You know, I I was this really inathletic kid, and I only really knew the rules of basketball because I ended up watching my uncles play. My uncles were big. Well, you guys played with them, where we have all played together, and they're really into basketball. So I knew the rules because of them. And when I went there my freshman year, dude, I sucked. Like, I remember, like, I literally got booed by like the home team, like a home crowd. Like they knew who number 40 was, and they knew they didn't want him in the game. But it's the freshman team, so like everybody plays.
Yeah.
So, and then luckily Gray Hills they don't cut players because it's such a really small school.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't get cut. I ended up playing, but my freshman year, I saw, like you said, I saw these older guys, like I saw these seniors, they were grabbing the rim, they were doing these ridiculous things, and I just felt like as a native, like holy crap, like I'm not supposed to touch the rim. We're not supposed to be this fat, like we're not. That's what I saw growing up, so I didn't think that as natives we could do that. And so once I saw these people doing that, like I just wanted to do that. But again, like I was really, really not talented. So I ended up I think my freshman year I was getting the hang of it. After my sophomore year is when I really like committed to this like fitness thing of mine. I worked out so hard, like I ran basically every day, and there was this point where I actually got really, 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 really sick, and the doctor said it was because like he's like your immune system is shot. I ended up working out my body so much to the point where I just got like ridiculously sick, and the doctor originally just told me like your immune system needs time to recover, your body needs time to recover. And so like dude, it ridiculously paid off. By my junior year, I was grabbing the rim with two hands, and I could keep up with like the fastest player on the team. It was awesome, man. But like you said, Joel, you make that first mistake, and it kind of just you have to learn to adjust, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I was getting at is I was a player who ended up making a lot of mistakes, and dude, I had a mean coach, man. I had a mean coach, but um, making that first mistake, I think for me, it taught me a lot of life lessons, and for me, it was just kind of teaching me to suck it up. There's nothing you can do about that mistake you made. All you can worry about is what you're gonna do afterwards. And so once you can adjust that, once you can apply that to your life, you'll be set in life, dude. Still, don't whine and crying about mistakes you made. All you can do is just kind of see what you can do to correct it, you know.
Yeah.
But so that ball goes up, it's game time. After the first quarter, what were you guys leading?
Yeah, I think we're leading.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 2 points or something.
I think so. I'm not really sure.
Mm. And then second quarter, you guys are after the first half, I think you guys had a pretty good margin, right?
Yeah, I
Pretty
think
good lead.
we're up by like 10.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
And then from there, I think it was just smooth sailing, right? I only
Yeah.
saw like really small bits and parts. I had to sneak peeks because I was at work. I was trying to watch the game live stream. But yeah, you guys ended up taking the championship like really easy, right?
Yeah, like 18 points.
Yeah,
Yeah, 18.
yeah. Ah, man. So like realistically, your first round was the hardest round, right?
Yeah. First round, yeah.
Dang. What were you thinking, watching the clock dwindle down those last, 15 seconds? You guys were up by 18. What was going through your mind?
Uh, Man, everything was going through my mind. Like, just how I like just all the struggles I went through, like my injury,
Hmm.
and everything was just like I had a lot of emotions, I have a lot of thoughts when the clock was winding down. I didn't think it was real. I was pinching myself, like, is this real? Is
Yeah.
this real? That was just unbelievable. When the clock went out, those last few seconds from like 5, 4. It was just a happy moment. I just felt a lot of joy.
Yeah. How about you, Joel?
Going through my mind was just thinking like back then, like not long ago, I was playing my sister in like a Shanto tournament, in like an 8 and under tournament. And then I thought about all the tournaments that we've been to, all the practice that we've done every
Yeah.
day, and just to see it finally pay off was like a really good thing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you kind of just had this moment of reminiscing,
Yeah.
thinking about.
Thinking about like the hard times, what we had to overcome, and the hard work we put in.
Yeah.
It's just like everybody says, hard work pays off.
Yeah.
You put the time into it, you're gonna get what you want if you really want it.
Hmm. Not. Yeah, I can totally understand. Well, I can't understand what you guys felt, but um, after once did they let you guys cut down the net?
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you guys feeling cutting down that net? Was there any emotions with it?
Yeah, there was a lot of emotions, like cutting down that net. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I was just like, I was thinking to myself, like, I used to see like mm, my aunt, I think MV, no, someone took it when I was smaller, but I was just thinking like, I was once dreaming to be a person to cut that net, and now I'm up here.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot of like happiness and try not to cry. I just try not to cry in front of everybody.
Yeah.
So I held it in till after I was in the car.
Yeah.
And that's when I kind of started crying.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I was actually the first one to cut the net.
You?
Yeah.
No.
It
That's
was, it was crazy. I thought I was gonna fall off the ladder, honestly.
Man, that's really, really cool. And you guys got to bring the golden ball home. Did the Also, did you guys get back on the bus together, or did you guys just kind of go home with family?
We went home with family.
Oh, I see. Was
Yeah.
that like a COVID policy, or
No,
it just
just
kind of happened?
yeah. Actually, the when the bus dropped us off at the gym,
Uh,
it actually just took off back to Page.
you already knew, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the coaches told like everybody was getting checked out.
Yeah.
Everybody's family was coming out. They had to see this last game.
Hmm.
So coaches were like, "Who's going home on the bus?" Nobody raised their hand. So the bus, they dropped us off and they went home.
Oh, I see. I hated how they had you guys play in this really small gym all the way down south because both teams were from the north. They could have literally had the tournament at or the championship game at NAU Skydome, and um, we could have seated way more people and still had proper socially distancing, you know, going on. But unfortunately, they had you guys playing a really small gym, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, small gym and what high school? You guys know?
East Smart.
Yeah, Eastmark.
Mm, that's I really wish I could have went, man. I'd have totally took a day off. Like when I tried looking for tickets, dude, they were sold out. I heard they sold out in like 10 minutes or something, right?
Yeah.
As soon as they went online.
Yeah.
Natives. That's why the AIA has all their championship games down south, right?
Yeah.
All the natives will flood down there, regardless if it's their team or not. That's one of the cool things I love about native culture or the basketball culture around surrounding Native Americans.
Oh yeah.
Is man, they stick together, especially when it comes to sports. Whenever we have anybody succeeding, it's kind of cool to see a lot of the community come together.
Yeah.
Did Page do anything for you guys? Like, well, I mean, obviously they did, but tell me about what they did for you guys. The high school, and then the town and the community itself.
I think it was like, was it Friday? Friday, yeah, yesterday. We actually had a parade. Was it yesterday? No, it was
2 days ago.
Friday. Yeah, Friday.
Friday, 2 days ago.
Friday.
Yeah, yeah. We actually had a parade. Like the whole town of Page just
Mm-hmm.
came together, and they're like, "You guys are gonna have a parade for both teams."
Yeah.
And then all the other athletes that made it that far in the state.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a parade. We got on a big diesel. Page Lumber actually came down and brought one of their diesels that
Yeah.
we could stand on.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a pretty short parade, but at least they like recognized us and had
Yeah.
a parade.
And one thing we didn't really talk about is actually that the girls and the boys, right? Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys both took the state championship. And it's really interesting that both boys and girls from Page and Snowflake were in the championship game.
Yeah.
What were you guys feeling seeing your peers take their championship for the Page girls?
I felt happy for them. I was glad they won too,
Mm-hmm.
because it just shows how great of a program that Page has there.
Yeah.
Page has a good program all around, boys
Mhm.
and girls. Coaching's excellent out there.
Yeah. Um, Joel.
Seeing both teams actually was pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like that just shows that those schools really put all their work into their sports programs. They're really committed, and they only have one goal is to win the state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going into your parade, it's pretty rare that a town can celebrate both of their programs bringing home the championship. Um, oh, then I think Joel, you mentioned that you guys got to go on Page's local radio station and
Yeah.
talk about your experience there, or what did they have you guys talk about there?
They just had us introduce ourselves, give any shout outs to anybody,
Mm-hmm.
and they actually talked to Dante for like a minute maybe, asking him questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I actually showed up late again. I showed up like 5 minutes late, so
Mhm.
everybody got done with their interviews, and I was after the coach. So I had to introduce myself, and they asked me like a couple questions.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty cool.
That's cool. I'm glad you guys are getting a lot of the recognition you guys deserve. Um, who are your team captains this year?
Robert, Stu, and Jonah.
Robert, Stu, and Jonah.
Yeah.
And then I saw Jonah got first team recognition,
Yeah.
Arizona first team.
Yeah.
And then you and
Me and Orlando.
Orlando got second team.
Yeah, second team.
Mm, that's cool. So now that Now that you guys are, back to reality, how do you guys feel knowing that you guys won the championship and what's going forward for you guys? What do you guys have planned?
Um,
Like, I know obviously you guys are gonna finish high school. And what about college? Do you guys have anything planned college wise?
yeah. Actually, right now I'm just considering the offers that I have.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just small colleges.
Nice.
Arizona Eastern, let's see, Pima, Pima out in Tucson, and couple other schools around. And the other option for me is going into UTI
Oh, I
to
see.
become an auto mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
So I have those two options. Right now, I'm just trying to decide what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Either stay and play ball or go and start my career.
Wow. How about you, Joel? Any plans secondary education wise?
Mm, college is an ongoing question for me. I know I am going to go to college, but I just don't know where yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Um, what do you plan on going into? Or
Uh,
have you decided, or is that still in the air too?
I actually want to become a construction engineer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's something I want to do, but I'm just not where to go, honestly.
Hmm. See, I did that. Well, I wanted to go into engineering also, um, but I ended up changing it to computer science or something. But I ended up tutoring a lot of my people I went to school with at Diné College, and I just kind of fell in love with helping people. So that's kind of how I ended up at the school, and that's where you guys kind of know me from. But in how you said you had college offers for playing ball.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I don't know if you want to go into detail about that. It'd be kind of a little sketchy. Just, in Navajo culture, it's not good to brag. Yeah,
Yeah.
you just get a lot of people who are spiteful.
Yeah.
But
I could go into detail. Right now there's a recruiter out at Arizona Eastern, JP. He's actually keeping in touch with my mom and dad,
yeah,
and he's really trying to have me come out to Arizona Eastern because my dad actually has like all my highlights from AAU and freshman year and everything. So we're just sending that out to different colleges right now.
oh yeah,
So Arizona Eastern right now is the one keeping in touch with me and my family.
that's cool. And then you feel like as far as your offers, you're kind of just leaning that way more.
Yeah, because I kind of feel a little more comfortable with them.
Mm, that's cool. Um, So that's your secondary. What about as far as you said you want to go into auto mechanic?
Yeah, auto mechanics. UTI, I really got into working on vehicles and all that. Actually, like my grandpa got me into that.
Hmm.
I used to work on vehicles with him and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, UTI is an option. Paying for the school is what we're discussing right now.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's cool. Um, what was I gonna say? So, moving aside from basketball, congratulations again. Um, this year was obviously very, very different for everybody across the state of, well, across the nation. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. One thing I wanted to bring up was uh your quote that was on the back of you guys' shirt. Can you guys repeat it?
Playing for those who can't.
Yeah. So go into detail describing what that means.
Uh, that just meant we're playing for the 3A North, for the teams that Kernet, like Rock Point, just the Navajo reservation teams,
Hmm.
because a lot of their schools they canceled sports this year.
Yeah.
A lot of seniors didn't have the chance to go out and play their last year.
Hmm.
So we kind of had to play with having them in our mind, like thinking of those seniors, thinking of those kids that want to play out there.
Yep. Joel.
Yeah, just basically that. But one thing is that when we were playing, we're warming up for our Coolidge game, and I actually forgot my black warm up. So all I had in my bag was that red one, the one that says "Playing for those who can't."
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like freaking out. I was like, "What am I gonna wear?" I was like, "I'll just wear this one." So when we were warming up, I was the only one wearing a red warm up, and everybody else was wearing the regular black one. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that quote, playing for those who can't. And even though the Navajo Nation is really big, um, I don't know if you guys know, but the Navajo Nation, the Navajo Reservation is actually comparably speaking to the size of West Virginia. So it's actually the same size as, a state in the US. But even though the Navajo Nation is relatively big, and then the Navajo Nation is also the largest Indian reservation as far as, population with blood quantity. Um, as far as the Navajo Nation being so big, it's also really, really close in relationships. A lot of those kids that couldn't play this year were some of your friends growing up, right?
Yeah,
A lot of them went to like we said, in Tuba City, and then
Kienta.
Kienta. And like I said, I love the quote, "Playing for those who can." You guys got to experience something where the people you grew up with, sadly couldn't. And basketball is a huge thing on the reservation. So, like you guys remember Tanisha. Tanisha didn't get to play this year. She didn't get to play volleyball. She didn't get to play basketball. But, um, yeah. So just seeing that the community kind of come together to support, I feel like maybe the closest border town. Um, it's poetic, and I love it. Um, yes, art. um, so yeah, going back to what I said earlier, about education this year. Um, how I know it was very different for the U.S. For the majority of the time, you guys were online, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then recently, Paige opened the school back up.
yeah.
All right. So how was it taking online classes for the first semester?
Um, it was kind of difficult. Teachers had to adjust to like working on the computer and getting things together.
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of like being patient, a lot of patience because the teachers had a lot of in Kansas. I started my first semester out over there.
Yeah.
A lot of the teachers didn't really know how to do some things, so assignments would come out late, or sometimes there wouldn't even be no Zoom calls.
Oh.
So yeah, it's just a lot is difficult with Kianta, but out at Page, it's a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Education, everything goes more smooth. So it's just they have a better schedule. They have everything kind of smoothly just organized.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just uh it's different waking up in your bed 5 minutes before class, logging on real quick. Some mornings I just feel too tired and set an alarm before my second hour and just go back to sleep.
Oh, I see. What about you, Joel? How was taking online classes this year?
It was different. Yeah. I would do the same thing, wake up at like 5 minutes before the bell, just log in. Yeah, I would do that most of the time. Uh, yeah, but like the teachers, they're really organized, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. First semester was kind of, they had to adjust to it really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then this semester, second semester, they seem to got things down. Yeah.
Did you guys struggle at all with kind of keeping up with assignments and keeping up with work?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. See, that's what I feel bad for a lot of our kids, is because online courses, online classes is a mentality. As an adult, I know what I'm getting myself into when I sign up for online classes. So I'm mentally prepared. but you know, you guys were kind of just thrown into it. You guys were, I mean, they talked about it all summer, saying you guys would probably take online classes, but um, you know, it's you still, you guys kind of had to, you had to literally adjust your lives to it, and I feel bad for the kids that struggled and actually, you know, failed, because it's, I feel like it's really not their fault. A lot of it has to go through with, you know, self accountability and self discipline, you know, making
Yeah.
yourself do it. Um, how, so you, I cut you off, but you were, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's just kind of like the students got to be disciplined themselves.
Hmm.
Like you got to be in front of your computer if you want to learn what's been taught. That's kind of what I kind of told myself. Like if I want to learn this, then I got to be in front of that computer and listening.
Yeah.
So yeah, like sometimes I would go to sleep when we wouldn't be doing that thing.
Yeah.
Other times I'd be sitting there taking notes, just sitting in front of my computer watching the teacher, listening to him.
Mm. How about you, Joel?
Hmm. It's really difficult actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, taking notes, watching videos that they show kind of gets boring most
Hmm.
of the time. Sometimes I'll get like a little nap in. Yeah. But yeah, it gets really hard sometimes.
Yeah. So how did you feel when they, oh, actually, Joel, you have to, do you still have to leave in a little bit?
Uh, no, I think it's fine.
Okay, yeah. And Mr. Beard, if you're watching this, I apologize. It was Dante's fault. Um, uh, so the school opened back up. When did they tell you guys could come back in?
Uh,
Actually, are you guys in class now? Are you two? No, you're
no,
still online?
yeah, I'm
You're
still
still,
online.
oh, okay. Did they give you guys a choice to go back in?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. And then was it like a personal choice that you wanted to stay online, or did family kind
it
of
was a. Oh, go ahead. I'll let you go first.
Oh, well, for me, yeah, it was a personal choice to stay online
mhm,
because I feel like the school wasn't like really safe enough to go back.
mhm,
Because first thing I thought in my mind was like everybody was gonna go back, but then like half of the school's students went back, and some of my brothers, actually, my cousin brothers, actually
mhm.
go to school, and they say it's like probably like two, three students in one class.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And then, well, what about you?
For me, it was a personal decision too. Um, it's just I'm more used to online, and I kind of adjust to it already.
Mhm.
And going back in, it's just like I already been there. I already been walking through those halls.
Yeah.
So it's just for me, it's just taking the easier way out of high school.
Yeah. I
Just
see.
staying online.
Something you're just used to now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Um, so when you're on online with your classes, your teacher, I assume, is Zooming with other students too,
Yeah.
like that are in the classroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Uh, what was I gonna bring up? Uh, so what about, are you guys in any other sports now?
No.
No,
No.
just basketball.
Yeah, just basketball.
That's cool.
Yeah, after I got hurt, I just kind of gave up on my other sports.
Oh, I see.
I just
What happened with your injury?
uh 2 years ago I broke my left tibia
Mm.
out in Phoenix. So I was playing out in a tournament and I was going for a layup and I actually got undercut and I was
Oh.
coming down and I tried catching myself, which I could have just fell on my arm or something, but I tried catching myself and my leg just hyperextended all the way, like it over hyperextended, and as it was coming back, my tibia or my I don't know like that bone that's there's like two bones like this, but
Hmm.
when I hyperextended it, like this bone kind of came over, so as I went back, it just cut like the muscles just reflex and my bone just just
Ah.
just snapped in half. And I was just laying there and just screaming, and my dad came down. It was a rough patch of my life because I had to be I couldn't walk for 2 months straight.
Mm-hmm.
I had to lay in the bed for 2 months straight. So it's difficult going to the restroom, coming back.
Ah,
So yeah, it was pretty rough.
ah. Yeah, man. I can't. I was fortunate enough to not have any injuries. Um, but yeah, man, I can't. What were some of the things you had to do as far as rehab?
Oh, rehab. I had to kind of get my function in my leg again
Mm-hmm.
because my leg, I lost a lot of muscle mass.
Mm-hmm.
I lost probably 70% of my muscle mass.
Damn.
And as far as rehab goes, I just did a lot of one leg rubber band workouts, just extending it, just building my thighs again, getting muscle back in like my calves. And actually, I went to rehab out in Kienta,
Mm-hmm.
out at their hospital facility.
Mm-hmm.
They had a nice rehab place. They worked with me, and my dad did a lot of rehab with me, as with my brother.
Yeah.
My brother's kind of the one that got me out there, saying, "Here, let's go, like come out to the courts." And I was wearing a brace.
Yeah.
I kind of had to get back into playing basketball because I kind of lost a lot of those fundamentals, the muscle memory type of stuff.
Yeah.
So I had to go back in and just do a lot of fundamentals all over again.
Were you scared, like emotionally, like things might not be the same?
Yeah, last year I was actually really scared. I would like go back in the game and I would be scared to drive the ball because I'd be like, I was kind of still hurt last year. And last year, yeah, I was scared to drive the ball, to come down. And I was just really playing cautious.
Mm-hmm.
But as this year came along, my dad told me, he was just like, there's gonna be an opportunity coming. You just don't know when it's gonna happen. It's up to you if you want to get ready for it. And I would run, I would go out, and as it was going on, it was just like, nothing's gonna happen. He's like, it's gonna happen. Just wait, just wait.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of took my own word and I gave up. I was like, I'm done playing basketball.
Oh, I see.
And I was like, I'm done playing basketball. It's over for me. I kind of almost hung up my shoes,
Really?
about to throw my laces up on that power line. But actually, my girlfriend's the one that convinced me to actually transfer when it opened.
Uh-huh.
She was just like, it's your last chance. You gotta go out and play. You're gonna regret it if you don't.
Yeah.
So my body was ready, everything was ready. So I just went out, took the chance, took the risk. It was all worth it.
Yeah. I know, like, so, sadly, self-confidence and a lot of self-doubt is one of those things that are underlying that a lot of the Navajo Nation, is plagued with. There's a lot of talented people on the Navajo Nation, but self-doubt, um, and it's across the U.S., but particularly in the Navajo Nation, especially with the culture that we come from. Um, like when you go to like the atmosphere, there's a different atmosphere when you play on in a native gym versus a gym off the reservation. Have you guys noticed?
Yeah.
Like natives natives tend to be like really really mean to their kin.
Yeah, like, pass the
When someone
ball.
yeah when somebody makes a mistake on like let's say like a white team or another team, it's like it's okay next time next ball. But when you hear from like the native crowd, they're like scolding. It's funny.
Man, that's kind of what I noticed too. Like
Yeah.
at MV, I came back my sophomore year. Everybody be like, pass the ball, take him out of the game. Then as I came to Kienta or to Page, they were like, hey, good job. It's okay, you'll make it up the next one. And then be like, hey, keep him in or keep him in. And it's just different. Out on Page, they wouldn't really down you. They just be like, it's okay. Hey,
Yeah.
next one. You'll get the next one.
Love you, Joel.
It is actually different. Um, like I didn't really play that much, but
Uh-huh.
like first time I actually played was when we were playing Northwest Christian. I actually came out, I hit two threes, I think,
Uh-huh.
and then I actually made a layup. So that was the first time Smith actually saw how good of a player I am, I guess.
Yeah.
So he finally started to trust me, and I was like next in rotation for the subs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and like every mistake in almost every game, everybody in Page was like, "Let's go, let's get it done. Keep your head up. You'll make mistakes, just keep going, see what happens."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you struggle a lot with like, well, I don't, I'm gonna say like, did you, but struggling with self-doubt. What were some of the things you had to do to overcome it?
Some of the things was I just had to like trust what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody on the team already knew what I was capable of, so they
Yeah.
already trusted me. But I kind of had a problem with myself, like my shooting.
Mm-hmm.
I was afraid like if I miss it, they're gonna sub me out, or if I make a wrong pass, I'll get subbed out again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was definitely there. And but once I got to the rhythm, everything was good, everything was flowing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think, excuse me, kids tend to have like, I don't know if you've noticed, but when kid makes a mistake, and it really shows on the kid's mentality that when they make a mistake, some kids will actually look at their parents in the audience, and the kids who have a lot of self-discipline, they either focus on the game, or the kids who are have like a what's the word? It kind of follows along like this idea of mentorship, but they'll look at their coach. Something's loud here, but they'll look at their coach. And I've noticed that a lot of kids that when they make a mistake and they look at their parents, those are the same kids whose parents tend to argue with the coach or they argue against the coach. You don't have to mention, I don't want you to guys mention names, but have you guys seen these kind of things where like the parents tend to try to give your coaches crap, like, and then from the audience or from things like that?
Yeah, Adam Kienta actually dealt with that a lot.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy. Just when I came back sophomore year, a lot of senior parents would go to the AD and just complain.
Really?
So that's why that year I was benched because senior parents just were crazy.
Uh-huh.
Just giving my AD or the AD then a lot of problems to where he would put a lot of pressure on the coach.
Really?
Yeah, at MV, I wouldn't want to go there. It's a lot of things happen
Mm-hmm.
over there.
Hmm.
Just, yeah,
So, would you say the culture there's kind of like, so it's kind of like what we said, right? Is that the audience has a lot of input as far as the coach's decision.
yeah.
Um, hmm. And then you said Paige was nothing like that.
Page is nothing like that. It's the coach is the coach. You're not gonna have nothing to put into that.
Uh-huh.
So yeah,
That's awesome. I love that. And then you did all 4 years with Paige, huh?
Yeah.
That's uh, going to like a lot of other away games, you know, describing the culture. Well, even then, like native culture, you play in like these local tournaments. You'll see it there too, right?
Yeah.
And what's frustrating is that people do have a lot to say. How do you guys deal with like crowd? I don't want to say heckling, but the audience reactions. What kind of mentality did you have to develop?
um, actually, I haven't played in the summer tournament since I got hurt on the res.
Oh,
But before then, like my mentality going into like a summer tournament, yeah, like you would have these different parents like just talking just smack. So my mentality, I would just shut them out and I would let my game do the talking
yeah.
instead of me actually speaking back to them. And at the end, their kids' team will lose by like 30. So I just be like going like this to them and point at the score. Yeah. And that's how I talk back. I let my game do the talk.
Uh,
So it's just a lot of that.
that's funny. What about you, Joel? What has there ever been anything said from the audience or from the crowd that has bothered you?
Mm, bothered me? Probably not, but if they say something to my teammates, like I'm there for them and be like, don't listen to them, you're better than they think you are.
Hmm.
Just keep doing what you're doing. You're gonna get there. They will drop. Just keep doing what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. I see. Um, no, these cultural difference, and I think it's what, like I mentioned earlier, it's something that the Navajo Nation has to deal with, and it's not. It's honestly something we're not going to get rid of. Where like there's a lot of pressure from the parents for their kid to be good, and they kind of have this idea that the coach is going to wave a magic wand and their son is going to be the best. Their son or their daughter is going to be the best. They're going to get a lot of playing time, but it's something that's just not going to go away.
Yeah.
So now that March Madness is going on, championship games tonight, right? Who do you guys got?
This is the girls' night, right?
Isn't it both? I think it's both.
It's both?
Yeah, it's both
I
men's and
think
women's.
I think the boys is tonight and then the girls is tomorrow.
I have no idea.
For the boys, I got Baylor.
Baylor.
Yeah, they hit a crazy buzzer last night. Did you see it?
That was
Baylor and
No.
That was Gonzaga.
that was
Yeah, that was
Gonzaga. I thought
Gonzaga,
that was
yeah.
Baylor and somebody.
Nah, Baylor blew away Houston. They beat them by like 20 points.
Dang. Oh, that was Gonzaga and you. Or I saw some other game.
Yeah,
Some
Gonzaga and UCLA.
Yeah, someone
Yeah.
hit that buzzer. That was crazy. I got Gonzaga for the boys. I thought it was Baylor.
Yeah, no, it's Gonzaga. What about you, Joel, for men's?
uh I was hoping UCLA was gonna win, but I'm just going for not Gonzaga, Baylor.
For Baylor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go for same thing. I wanted UCLA to upset Gonzaga. It was a good game. Gonzaga hasn't lost since like 2018. Do you guys know that?
No,
Yeah,
I didn't know
they've been
that.
undefeated for like 2 years.
Damn.
Yeah, and then obviously they didn't play last year because of COVID, the
Okay.
and the March Madness. But yeah, they're like on like a I don't know like a 50 game win streak or something. But right now in the season they're 30-0. I want Baylor to win, but Gonzaga just seems unbeatable. They seem unbeatable, but last night they look beatable.
Yeah.
They, I think Gonzaga's gonna take it though. I think UCLA was going to be the best game they played, hardest game they played, and I think they're going to beat Baylor by like 10 points.
Yeah. For the women's, I got U of A. They've been my team.
Yeah, I'm a Duke fan, but my secondary is U of A. So
Yeah, I'm a Duke fan too. Those two, U of A and Duke, they're both like they're tied. I can't choose between like
guy.
I can't choose like I can't choose I call it like I don't know how to say it, but like I can't choose between them.
Uh-huh. I became a Duke fan back in high school because the year they took the championship, I think it was like 2014 or something. I don't know. But I ended up making a bet with like some of my friends. We all put $20 in a pot, and we said whoever's team wins, gets. And there was like four of us,
Oh,
so I chose Duke. Again, like this is when I was early in high school, and I
yeah.
didn't really watch a lot of sports, or I wasn't really involved in sports. So I was like, hey, Duke's kind of cool. I like their mascot. I didn't really know anything about them. And I chose Duke to win. And sure enough, they won it. I made $80 off of Duke. So ever since then, I've been like a Duke fan. And then, yeah, but U of A is right there with me. What about you, Joel? For women's, what do you got?
I got U
Oh,
of A.
wearing the shirt.
Yeah. I've been U of A from like day one, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would that be like a possible school choice for you?
Uh, for U of A, yeah, it's definitely a choice I would make. But right now, I think like a community college is what's right now.
Nice. That's awesome. Um, with the women. Did you guys watch that game with
UConn.
Yeah.
Yeah, U of A played UConn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched. It was crazy. UConn's tough. They have that
Yeah.
freshman Paige Buckers.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's saucy. I was kind of like, they're playing UConn. They have that freshman, but then U of A has what's that girl's name?
McDonald.
Yeah,
something like that.
McDonald.
Yeah.
Dang,
She's crazy.
she was balling.
Yeah. It was I was at work, so I didn't get to watch it. And yeah, just hearing that U of A upset UConn, dude, that's and UConn's like one of those teams like they just seem unbeatable.
Yeah,
Every year they're either in the Final Four or the championship game, and I think they won the March Madness like 3 or 4 years straight, like
yeah.
before last year or something. And they have this like ridiculous winning streak. They went like I don't know 6 or 7 years undefeated. Like
Okay.
UConn's just Goliath. What was I gonna say? So with the women's, oh, actually, did you guys watch the game with UConn and Baylor? The one that had that controversial call at the end?
I
Uh,
watched a little bit of it. Yeah.
no, I
No.
didn't watch that one, but I saw the foul.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it was like I'll admit like it was a foul, but in UConn's defense, Baylor was up by 17 points.
Yeah.
Baylor was up by 17 points. Then UConn went on a 19-0 scoring streak. Then they lost by 2. My thought is, as a coach and as an organization, as a team, how are you going to say that the refs robbed us from a game when you blew a 17-point lead? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
that's
there was 17 chances for you to win this game.
yeah.
And then the ref makes one bad call and you're gonna be like, the ref robbed us. It's his fault we're not going. So imagine if you guys were up by 17. And then you know what I mean? And a team scores 19 straight. I mean, do you really think that's the ref's fault or do you think it's your fault?
I think that would be our fault.
Yeah, I put it on me.
I mean, I get it, it was back. It was obviously a foul. The chick had her hands down and then again, like when you see like how she drove the ball, she was in my eyes, she was kind of looking for a bailout from the ref. She drove it like this really ugly area, and she had time left. She had like 2 or 3 seconds before that last shot.
Yeah,
And as a player and someone looking for leadership, that shot isn't a good shot from a leader. She's going down contested by 2 people trying to go up for a Hail Mary, asking for a bailout from the ref. From a leader, I expect, for her to drive it, see 2 people, and then kick it back out. Look for a smarter shot. Don't force an attempt. So, in my opinion, Baylor gave the game away.
yeah. She had 2 people on her, so one had to be open.
Yeah.
It's just really like dumb playing.
Yeah.
But so we're going for U of A and Baylor,
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga.
I'm only gonna pick Gonzaga because Jalen Suggs.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's pretty good.
dude, I love the way Gonzaga plays. Like they play like old school ball, man. Like that pick and roll, dude. They master the pick and roll. You don't see that anymore. A lot of it's isolation and shooting the three.
Yeah.
But dude, that pick and roll is freaking beautiful. All right, so we're a little over an hour, guys. I want to say, thank you for giving me your time. Sorry for waking you up, Dante.
It's all right.
I like to end, well, the whole thing about like what I'm doing with these podcasts is to provide exposure for Native Americans. And since you guys don't necessarily have a business or an organization, I think the only thing I can really like expose is just kind of your goals, your plans, and who you are and what you did. I don't know if you guys want to drop like your Instagram or something, your social media.
Yeah, I'll drop mine.
So where can people find you and where can people follow you?
I have Facebook. I got Instagram. The Humble Kid 126. Yeah.
Yeah, follow me on Insta, D_Tay_1.
All right. So Humble Kid.
The Humble Kid.
Oh, the Humble Kid.
126.
126.
Yeah.
Okay. And then yours is D_Tay.
_1.
Oh, Say it again. I just butchered.
D_Tay_1.
All right. Cool. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys coming to my house and sharing your stories and letting me pick your brain. I'll see you guys later.
All right.